My name is Kevin Lewis, and I'm the technical director on this show. I've been working Ranger games since 1997, and I've been doing this job since about 2001. Every single video source that we have in the truck comes through this switcher, and I'm the guy that sits here for the whole game, and when the director wants to go from one camera to another, I actually physically punch that button of that camera. I have every graphic that we have in the truck comes through here. You see the score bug right there, that comes through here. Every video source comes through here. Every tape machine comes through here. All the cameras. At the beginning of the year, we'll get everything set up because I do have, like 100 different effects that I have to have ready to go. But once I get that all programmed, I can save it. Think of it this way, all these 4 rows are really kind of redundant, Most of these have the same sources. I have all my cameras here. It looks like we have about 26 cameras, and we have 8, we still call them tape machines even though they're digital recording devices. I try to use as much of the switcher but still having my hands very close together in the same place. I can program it to where I'm operating different parts of the switcher in a different part of the switcher. So my hands are usually pretty close together so I can get to things quickly without having to be an orangutan and, reach all over the place, which, I have to do that sometimes too. The less time I spend looking at the switcher, the better. I try to spend as much time as I can looking at what's on program or some other sources that might be coming up soon, but obviously I have to look at the switcher sometimes. When we're cutting cameras during action, I can cut most cameras without looking at the switcher just because I've been doing this so long. I really don't do much without being prompted by Vito. He readies the cameras, he'll tell me to take the camera, he'll tell me to get ready to go to a tape machine for a replay, and so I'm just concentrating and following his commands and then getting ready for the next thing, because it's always fun. We do something and it looks great, but what's next? What's next? What's next? People have no idea. It moves so quickly, and especially with baseball because the field is in a regular shape and action happens away from the ball, which is kind of different from other sports, and so we're going all over the place, and we just have to be ready for so many different situations. So we're in the middle of action and we're cutting cameras, and a big play happens and we'll get ready to go to a replay. So there's like all these different steps for that to happen. So the producer is the person that decides which replay machine he wants to go to, and then the director will tell me and also the tape operator. The producer will say, let's go to VTA, and then Vito will say, get ready to go to A, and go to A. And so I'll hit that button and we'll be on the A machine there, and the operator knows to roll the machine at a certain speed. Sometimes they're normal speed and sometimes they're slow motion. And so we'll do a sequence of 3 different looks, and then we'll come back out to a camera. Vito will say, get ready to come out to camera 4, and then I'll come back out to that camera. If there's a break in the action and we're going to go to like a full screen graphic or something, we'll use some transition to get to that. And Vito will usually say, let's use, just a regular Texas Rangers wipe. So I'll queue up one of those and run it. So in those little transitions like that, we've got like 4 or 5 different Texas Rangers wipes. Here's another one. This is Go Rangers. Opposing team wipe. Have a few sponsored things. These little pushback commercials. I'm the one that makes that go. So everybody's seen these. So I don't know as much about sports as a lot of these guys. I don't know much about the technical aspects of everything as much as these guys. But what I do bring to the table is that I can concentrate. And that, I think, is the most difficult part of my job, because we have a pre and a post game, and we could have a 3-hour game. We could be sitting in this chair for 4 straight hours, and my concentration has to be on point that entire time. And I think that's the most challenging part of this job. This is a great job for an adrenaline junkie, but I'm not an adrenaline junkie. I like doing yoga and going on bike rides. People start yelling and screaming and getting all excited, and makes it more difficult for me to hear and follow the director. So I just, when big moments like that happen, I get real quiet and real focused and just plow through it.